Okay, hello everyone. It's our pleasure to present in the 12th International Conference of Computer Science and Engineering and Information Technology. Uh, I am Fatema Zohra, and today I'll be presenting the paper Image Segmentation and Classification using Neural Network. So, this is the quick review of our presentation outline, which we are going to discuss today. And so let's start from the introduction. So, image segmentation is the process of dividing an image into different segments to make it more meaningful and easier to analyze. It plays a vital role in the areas like medical image, autonomous navigation, and surveillance. And classification is refers to assign a label to categorize image based on its contents. Combining these two techniques will significantly improve the model accuracy and the decision making. In our research, we aim to demonstrate how neural network can effectively used both for segmentation and classification. The problem statements. The challenges we have identified while researching on this topic was the raw image, especially medical ones, often contains noise and irrelevant information. The training deep neural networks from scratch to computationally expensive and data hungry. Our key contribution was to develop an effective processing using histogram equalization and age detection, use of K-means algorithm and subtracting clustering for segmentation, and implementation of both custom and CNN and transfer learning model VGG16. The evaluation of three diverse datasets with detailed performance metrics. We have worked with almost three datasets to analyze the results for our research objective. Um, our key objective was developing a full pipeline from processing to classification, testing our approaches on both medical and neural images, enhancing the model accuracy and generalizing, and demonstrating the power of combining the traditional clustering with deep learning techniques. Using this, we achieved a higher accuracy and which is comparable to some of the existing architectures, and the performance are further better than some current works. So our motivation was to use a neural network for image segmentation and classification, is the ability to network a learn and complex pattern features from large amount of data. Neural networks have the unique capability of automatically learning hierarchical representation of images. We are motivated by their successes in medical diagnosis like tumor detection, object recognition in autonomous vehicle, and face recognition in surveillance. This application requires accurate, robust models, which we have set to build. So here are some related works that we have taken references for this paper. Detection of brain tumor using VGG16. The purpose, a system that implements the machine learning approach to predict tumor and VGG architectures of convolutional neural network to extract the analysis. This paper identify the after the right treatment to patient and right time. So in our work, we developed an improved VGG16 model. We used two brain MRI image datasets. The training accuracy for 7,000 datasets is 99.19%, and the testing accuracy is 92%. This is another paper. In this paper, they have proposed a systematic implementation of deep learning to predict the presence of tumor. The obtained accuracy of there was training in 94% and 90% for testing. So in our work, we have achieved the accuracy the same as 99.19% for both for training, and for testing is the 94%. So another one is brain tumor detection by using CNN and VGG16. So they use total 100 images, and 70s are used for training sets and 10s for validation. So in our work, to brain MRI, we have used large data sets, 3,000 and 7,000. We got training accuracy from this, and 92% for VGD16. Training accuracy is 99.919% for CNN. Methodology. This is the total workflow of our paper, where we have divided the segments into different partitions. So the input data will first process, and then it will perform the segmentation, and the segmented images will be augmented, and after that the classification will start, and we will analyze the performance. In augmentation process, there have been applied different type of techniques like edge detection, small gradients, and we have used k-means clustering for clustering part. And for classification, we have introduced our own CNN model and VGD16. Using these models, we have identified the accuracy, predict the availability of a tumor in the person, and then we have calculated precision, recall, and F1 score. We will learn about the details in our next part. So our entire methodology can be break into six different stages. We have collected data from Kaggle, where we have got the three data sets. Pre-processing with age detection, we have processed the data using age detection. Then the segmentation part comes, we have used k-means clustering because it performs much better in our data sets, and the results are for segmentations are far better than other clustering algorithms. Then the added augmentation to artificially increasing to simulate the validity for the data sets. We have augmented the data. And after that, we have introduced the CNN and VGD16 model in our work. The evolution using the accuracy, precision, recall, and the F1 score, this systematic approach ensures built upon the previous, improving overall the model accuracy. These are the tools we have used in Python programming and scikit-learn and other machine learning algorithms. We have used Jupyter Notebook and other programming frameworks in our project. So let's begin with the details from starting from the data collection. Uh, as I have said before, we have used three data sets. One data set for two are data sets were connected to MRI image or brain and their brain tumor data set. The first data set and the second data set deals with the same type of classes where we have four class, and the third data set we have used a natural data set including classes of cat, dogs, and fruits. In our dataset one, we have um, 3,270 MRI images, including four classes of tumors, and same goes for the dataset two. We have 7,000 MRI image data, and for the third dataset, we have used the largest one for our work, where we have performed the segmentation in a natural image dataset to see how it works. Dataset overview. The choose the dataset span to important image domain in medical image. As I have said, that brain for MRI dataset one and two, the classes are there are four classes. Glomerular tumor typically diffuses common on brain tumors. Then meningoencephaloma tumor, tumors in the meanings, and pituitary tumor and no tumor. Testing medical images, segmentation and classification, evaluating the CNS ability to detect the anomalies. Uh, we have used these data sets to train our model better and performs better. Then starts pre-processing. So after data collection, we have to process the data. Um, so in pre-processing stage, we have used edge detection. Uh, Using it was a major step in enhance the border of the regions of the image and making it easier for a model to detect the patterns. We also used histogram equation to enhance the contrast and median filtering to reduce the noise. The steps clean the image and highlighted the features of a tumor, as we can see it and in the our uh, result pictures as well. Then there comes the clustering part. For clustering part, we we have used K-means clustering. K-means is an unsupervised algorithm that groups similar pixels based on the intensity and the color values. This make it ideal for identifying and isolating regions to interest in an image. In our medical dataset, it helps to distinguish between the tumor and the non-tumor regions. For natural images, it segments the background from the map object. We also applied subtractive clustering in complex scenario to improve segmentation precision, especially case where tumor was small, overlapping the tissues was present. We have shown the result for tumor dataset using eight cluster in K-means clustering to detect the tumor and cluster the tumors and identifying it. Data augmentation. Then we use the data augmentation since deep learning model often requires large data set. We used data augmentation to artificially expand the data size. Transformations such as regions, flip the zoom and brightness of adjustment was applied. This makes the model more robust and variant and prevent overfitting. For example, a rotated brain scan or a flipped image should still be correctly classified by the model, and the data augmentation ensures the capability of the performance of that model. Um, classification part. In the classification part, we have introduced our own CNN model to perform the classification. In the CNN architecture, we include multiple convolution layers with increasing filters, 24 and 64. Each Convo 2D layer is followed by a max pooling layer to reduce the dimensionality. Um, a flattened layer transforms the final features map into the 1D vector. Fully connected dense layer processes the vector and the output prediction using softmax for the classification. This simple yet effective architecture worked very well on our both grayscale and colored dataset, and the performance of this stands stands quite well in our result part. So these are the layers of CNN CNN in our models. Our CNN model layered with 22 filters, and we have max pool 2D max pooling layer. The size is 2.22. The combo 2D layer with 64 filters, kernel size of it 3, and the ReLU activation function have 16 different filters to output the previous layer. The max pooling 2D layer with pool size of each and 2. The layer reduces the output images and exchange a mixture of 2 into 2 windows. Then comes the convolution 2D layer with 32 filters. The kernel size of it is 3 and the real activation function. It has 32 different filters to output its previous layer, and each size is 3 cross 3 applies. Then the flattened layer, this flattened layers, the output of the previous layer is 1D array. Dense layer with 16 neurons and ReLU activation function that applies fully layer to output the previous layer. Then comes the dense layer with 4 neurons and softmax activation. This layer applies fully connected layers to the output and previous layer with 4 neurons and softmax activation. Uh, this is the result part of our CNN for 3000 and dataset. The showed impressive performance on dataset of 3000. The accuracy is 32%. On dataset 7K, the training accuracy is 95% and 94 for testing accuracy. We can also see the precision, recall, and F1 score from the images, and the training and testing graph of the CNN model. This is the result for the 7K data. Here we can also see the accuracy is almost 90%, 95% up, and the testing accuracy is 94% as well. So this makes our model pop up using in the training and testing segment. Then comes the VGG16. VGG16 is a pre-trained convolution network which we have used in our classification part. VGG16 is a deep CNN with 16 layers. Instead of training from the scratch, we use transfer learning to load pre-trained ImageNet with frozen initial layers to retain the pre-trained features, added a new classification with dense layer, and draw out about overfitting. The hybrid architecture significantly reduced the training time while improving the accuracy. So in our VGG model, we have loaded the We have added the flattened layer, the dropout layers to prevent overfitting, dense layer with 128 neurons and ReLUs, and final dense with softmax output for classification. In the hybrid architecture combines robust features extraction by pre-trained with flexible transcodification and classification head. The transfer learning concept utilizes a large data set from imaging as a starting point of new and improving the performance while reducing the training time. In the base model, the pre-trained on ImageNet, the implementation using of Keras APIs and choose for its strong performance in image classification task. Then we configures the layer. All the layers are pre-trained in VGG model are frozen and expect the last layer which are set to trainable allows to task specification. Um, in flattened layer, they convert the output of the convolution base into a 1D vector. Then the dense layer with 128 neurons and ReLU activation function used in that so that we can prevent the overfitting. Another drop final dense output layer where the number of unique classes and labels are set in the dataset. Then we use a softmax activation for multiple class classification as we have multiple classes in our dataset. So this final dense output layer helps us to classify specifically every classes and to identify the correct result for classification. The model type we have used are sequentially model in Keras. We used this for the classification part and for built multiple classification tasks. So this is the performance analysis of VGG16 pre-trained model for our data sets. This results have been shown for 3000 in data where we can analyze the performance. We can see the precision and recall function for with precision recall and F1 score for this architecture in 3000 in data. And the dataset and then comes the 7000 data output. We can see that the accuracy is near to 90%, and the detection rate near to the 92% above, and we have can identify the recall and F1 score and precision from here. Then comes the result analysis part. In the table, we can see the output of three data sets, training and testing accuracy, both for VGG16 and CNN. For dataset 1, the CNN accuracy is 90% and train accuracy and test accuracy for dataset 2 was 72%. And for dataset to the training accuracy same as 19% and the testing accuracy was 95%, and for dataset 3 the training accuracy is same and 99% and test is 82. There might be a slight change in training accuracy in VGG 16. The data for dataset 1, the accuracy is 98% and testing is 75. And for dataset 2 and 3, both the testing accuracy was 99% and the performance was test accuracy was 97 and 95%. From analyzing it, we can say that our model works much better on large data sets. So the performance gradually increases while the data are large in number. And another thing is in all in all the case, we can see that VGG16 performs much better than CNN in terms of classification. Uh, VG16 is much better in terms of accuracy and scalability for this research. Then comes the evolution matrix. This is the result for CNN. We can see the precision, recall, F1 score as the support vector for the classification. This was the dataset two, which was the MRI image dataset, which have 7,000 data. And another dataset three was the natural images, where we can compare that how our model works works great on both in natural image and tumor image in. In the comparison, we can see that the precision is better in the tumor datasets, and it's almost one, and the front scores and recall functions results are much better in the tumor dataset, um, along with the natural dataset. So we can come to that conclusion in that our model is better in term of detecting tumors and classifying the tumors. Um, this is the evolution matrix for VGG16. Same as in tumor image, VGG16 performs better in detecting and classifying tumor. Uh, in terms of the regular images or the natural images. Here the precision, recall, and F1 scores are better in tumor datasets. Conclusion. uh, our pipeline combines the processing, segmentation, CNN, and VGG decision delivers and high accuracy. Transfer learning especially helped in achieving the generalizing across the domains. This method was scalable and adaptable to domain before the medical imagining, and to identify and detect tumors in different classes. This research helped us to understand and do a better research on segmentation and classifying in image data in medical sectors, as well as for the neural networks. We have developed a blended model for both detecting uh, objects or class objects and segmentation and classification, both in the tumor and natural data set. So the future work for this research will be explore more learnings to combine multiple models to introduce more efficient models to perform segmentation and classification while reducing the training time. Then the test efficient net and other advanced architectures are can be used in these models for more efficient detection and segmentation. Then we can deploy this model on an edge devices for real-time classification. We can use the real-time data by using IoT sensors and other services to collect real-time data and check the results at how our model works or performs on the real-time data. And then this might be you implemented in the actual clinical patient data, so that we can actually see that how our models works better in image segmentation or tumor segmentation, and we can give a proper and a better result for the patients. Okay, these are the references that we have read and researched on this paper. And thank you much for your time and attention. We appreciate the opportunity that you have given to present our work in this conference. Now I am welcoming questions and your feedback. Um, if anyone have any question, you can ask.